Joshua Hart from JTH Boxing, and today I have the absolute pleasure of being joined by the man himself, Mr. Chris Jenkins. Chris, first of all, thank you for joining me today, and how are we doing?
No, first of all, mate, it's a pleasure to be asked. I'm an old dog, 34, and I'm still thereabouts, able to fight. So I'm all good, mate. Been to work, been for a run, and made the time for you. So yeah, all good, brother.
So yeah, obviously, first of all, like I said, I know I've already said it, but thank you. Honestly, I appreciate your time today. And let's get straight into this. I've got loads of notes wrote down on my phone. So the first thing I want to talk about is the your most recent fight, your back and forth war in Newcastle against Cyrus Pattinson.
Yeah.
What was that fight like? Because it was on the night, watching that from home, it was an absolute barnstormer.
Um, First of all, I took the fight. I didn't know too much of him, and then I looked up at him, thought he was a strong fighter, and mate, as soon as the first bell went, we just stood toe to toe, didn't we? You know what I mean? And I was gutted the way the fight ended, and I spoke to judges after the fight, and there was only one round in it at that time. But Gary, my coach Gary Lockett, was well known in the boxing world, not for what he achieved as a pro, but also fighters he guided to world titles. So um, I was gutted the way it ended, but what a fight. I think age was a bit of a factor that fight. I'm 34 now. Um, I might not be as fit as I used to be, but no, mate, it was a great place to go to fight. Respect to Cyrus before the fight, and even after the fight. Now we still keep in contact. So, but no, what a fight! What a fight!
And even though the result didn't exactly go your way, was it an enjoyable, while in the ring, obviously, I'm sure it was a very enjoyable fight. And did you enjoy being in an absolute war like that?
I fucking loved it. Sorry, so basically my left hand I couldn't feel it after the second round or third round, and then this hand is still knackered now. I can't close my hand. My
Okay, now.
tendons on there. So that went in round five. So obviously I was punching. I couldn't feel my hands; they were hurting all shapes. And then yes, it ended a bit there. But coming out to the fight, I was stood ringside with Eddie Earn, and he went, "What a fight!" I, I didn't think that Jenkins still had in him that kind of performance. So it showed that I got a bit left in the tank. So I just want to get this hand healed, and then I want to be boxing probably July.
And what was the obviously in the ring, you don't necessarily feel everything, there's a lot of adrenaline going through. The morning after, once you've had your rest, how much pain were you in after that fight? Because you two went toe to toe for the whole fight.
I've got a video on my phone. I'll send it to you through Instagram. How swollen my hand was. This one severely swollen. I couldn't even clench. This one not so bad. I weren't even aching. I knew I'd been in a fight, with the shoulders and the neck was all stiff, but it's mainly the hand is really sore, and it took about a good week for it to swell and to completely go. But since then, I've been having treatment on it, and resting as much as I can. So all I'm able to do at the moment is run. Is shit. Um, but I just got to leave it rest now for another 4 weeks. We'll try punching again, and hopefully I'll get a fight in July.
Obviously, that was my next question. Obviously, you mentioned July. Is there any potential opponent, or is it just
Yes,
whoever wants it can have it?
yeah,
Oh,
yes, and I can't really say too much on it. He's a matchroom fighter. Um, I had a phone call this morning off my manager, Mark Mopraya, saying that we're not off to fight for, I think it's June the 1st, but I'm not allowed to get back punching until June the 1st.
wait, so you got
So they
offered a
can.
fight for June 1st?
June the 3rd, sorry, June the
June
3rd.
3rd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
against matchroom fighter. And the situation where I am with this hand, I don't want to be going into a fight with one hand. And, I've lost my last three. Ideally, I don't think I have lost my last three, but, you know, um, so I just want to see now, leave it rest, and then we'll be back in action. Hopefully, I'm hoping end of July.
I was gonna say this one just came to me now. So you mentioned July. I was thinking possibly the July 1st show in Sheffield by Matchroom, but obviously if you want to be back by the end, timing won't be right.
Yeah, it's all about now. It's what is it now? It's the
26th
26th
of
of
April.
April.
Yeah, 26th of
So
April.
4 weeks will be 26th of May. I'll get in shape in 4 weeks if the hand is right. That's all holding me back is my hand. It's like that. I can't even clench this one. So,
And moving on from that now, our next question is, what do you feel was your greatest night in the ring? Obviously, you've had several fights, several brilliant fights. Which night stands out to you the most?
winning the British title against Johnny Garden. I'd been through ups and downs in the sport, and literally, I think it was 6 to 8 months before fighting for that belt, I nearly walked away from the sport. And I lost a really good friend of mine who took his own life. Gatesy, um, he took his own life, and I found it hard. Um, just found it really, really hard to get over it. I had my own little problems trying to get over it, but like my wife supported me, and we got through it. And you know, I just that night will be living with me for the rest of I don't know for the rest of the time, really.
Obviously, you mentioned going through these tough times. What is it that kept you in the sport? Was it the people around you just pushing you on and trying to keep you on the right track?
Yeah, surround myself like my coach Skylock. He's like a dad. He laughed at me, but I call him dad, because that's who I speak to if I got issues. My wife was obviously the best support I've ever had. Just surrounding yourself with the good people and realizing that it's all right to talk at the time. So we got through that, and then I won the belt, and I had fight a couple of fights, defended and stuff, and I lost it, and then so it's all right. I'm happy. I'm happy with myself. Um, and that's really it, mate. I'm just really happy with myself at the moment.
And my final question is, once it's all said and done and you close the book on your professional career, how would you like to be remembered in the professional game?
Just somebody who would turn up to fight. Wouldn't say no to anyone. There was a time that I was linked in to fight in Conor Ben, and obviously I was signed with Frank Warren, and he was signed with Matchroom. We had a crazy figure offered to me. Myself, my coach Guy Lockett, we all said yes, but sadly, Frank said no. Promoters not willing to work together. So that's when to be remembered as, I could have gave up back in 2015 when I lost for the British title, but I kept working my nuts off, and then I won it. So just somebody never gives up, and that's the motto I kind of got like built into my kids' heads. They play rugby, so if you miss that tackle, don't worry, get up and let's go again. Don't give up in life, and just you're gonna have your bumps, snap. You just gotta dust yourself off and keep going.
Chris, I think that's a brilliant place to end it. I don't think you could have gave a better message to anyone out there. Thank you for your
Yeah,
time today. I really do appreciate it, and best of luck in the future.
no worries, but thank you so much, and everyone get following this guy. He's the next best thing. Oi, oi.
Chris, thank you, honestly. Thank you.
No worries, but take care, boss.